Okay, welcome. Monday evening, it's going to be a really gentle class today. So we're going to really focus on mindfulness and our senses, how we can reconnect the mind with the body. So I invite you to come and lie down. I've just rolled up a blanket just to prop underneath the knees. So coming into Shavasana, and just allow your arms to settle down on the floor next to your hips. And let's have the palms facing up. So kind of surrendering into our rest and digest. And just kind of familiarize yourself with how you're feeling today as you lay here Monday evening. Let go of the day that you just experienced and allow your body to just sink down into the earth. I invite you to close your eyes if they're not closed already. And really begin to look inward. We'll start down at the toes. Just maybe a little wiggle or open up the toes there. And then soften into the feet and the ankles. And the lower legs, the knees, the upper legs. Are we holding on to muscles unnecessarily? And our next point of focus would be our glutes, the sacrum, the base of the spine, which is rooted down into the floor. Bring the attention round the hips to the front, to the belly, and just let it be soft. Following up into the rib cage. See if we can melt them away and down into the ground. And the sternum and the chest, the higher part of the chest with the clavicle is, try and soften that and allow the shoulders to come away from the ears. You notice the backs of the shoulders connecting down, both arms, including elbows and wrists, and every finger really relaxed. The next point of contact is, of course, the back of the head. Just roll your head left and right, very gently. And notice the compression on the back of the head. Just slowly rolling left to right, side to side. And then keep your head still. Take the focus into the jaw now. Around all the muscles around the mouth, up to the nose, around the cheeks, into the eye sockets. And allow the eyelids just gently close. Eyebrows relaxed. The third eye, the point between the eyebrows, open. And the forehead soft. And just see if you can imagine the energy kind of flowing through the crown of your head. As we simply just lie here in stillness, observing the breath. We're watching how the breath comes in and how it goes out. Check into the shoulders again. Are they rested? It's a good opportunity to give yourself thanks for carving out this time in your evening to reset. So coming into the breath again, taking a breath in through the nose. And you watch the chest rise, and as does the belly. And as you exhale, everything softens and you feel really supported and caught by the floor. So we're inhaling through the nose, filling the belly. And we're just pausing at the top there before slowly exhaling all the way out. And again, so take a breath in. Hold at the top, relax the shoulders, and then a slow exhalation all the way out until you're completely empty. One more when you're ready. Take an in-breath, relaxing everything you possibly can. We're holding the breath at the top. We're going to pause and then exhale all the way. Empty, empty, empty. Now just return back to your normal rhythm of breath and just lie here for a moment, enjoying the rest. That forehead, has it creeped up into a frown or is it nice and smooth? Noticing how you're breathing, really arriving and becoming present and aware. We're going to slowly bend the legs and place the soles of the feet on the ground. Bringing the feet up close up towards the glutes there. And then pick one foot up into the air and then the other. So we're kind of floating the feet into the air and introduce some movement. You can have your eyes open or closed, up to you. Maybe circling the feet, warming up the ankles. Yeah, so this is like feet up the wall really without the wall. Great for your digestive system. And let's include the arms and the hands now. So lift those up into the air and look at your fingers and stretch them out and then maybe curl them into the palm. And keep doing that, or maybe circle the feet. Just kind of looking at the hands and the feet now, noticing how they move. And then lower the arms down, but keeping the feet up in the air. Let's try and find stillness here. Try and find that sweet spot where the legs begin to feel weightless, light. You might notice your core switched on very subtly to keep the legs up. Yeah, lovely. And let's lower the left foot back down to the ground. So we're keeping that right foot into the air. Interlace your hands behind your hamstring and just press the leg into your hands. So just giving a little bit of a compression there into the hands, waking up the hamstring. And maybe walk your hands down to your calf muscle if you can. You can keep the leg bent, it doesn't have to be straight. But the idea is to lengthen the back of the hamstring. Yeah. And there's always an option with the other leg. You can just lengthen that leg out, flex the foot, the toes go up to the sky. Just an option. And then bend your right knee and place the hands over your kneecap, underneath the kneecap now, interlace. And you're going to squeeze that right knee over the belly up towards the chest. And just notice how that feels in the lower back. Keeping the other leg quite active here. So flex the foot, toes up to the sky. And both feet actually. Then place your left hand down on your hip. Keeping the right hand on the knee area, just take the knee out to the side so the elbow goes down towards the ground. So you're kind of opening up the hip, sending the knee up to the side body. Notice how that feels, really opening into the hip socket. Yeah, allowing the foot just to dangle down. And let's come into some circles now. So circling that knee, keeping the hand on that knee area. And begin to circle the leg. Great. And then the other way. Decide which way you like best. Now we're going to grab the outer edge of the foot in line with the little toe, coming to half happy baby. You can always grab the big toe with your peace fingers if you like, but I can't quite find it effective. I can try and hook the fingers on the outer edge of the foot. Now with half happy baby, you're trying to get your thigh, your quad muscle to the outside of the body, like we did before just a moment ago. Try and soften that leg. You get that real kind of resistance there. So try and breathe into that compressed hip flexor. So dropping the foot down again, interlacing the hands around the knee, and let's bring that knee over the belly again up towards the chest. So we're going to swap over. So the left leg goes up into the air. The right leg can be either bent or you can extend it out nice and long, activating the feet, and then interlacing the hands around the hamstring. And just press that leg into your hands. You kind of feel that hamstring pressing in. And then when you're ready, walk your hands to the calves and give that little lengthening in the back there. Keeping both feet active. Bending the left knee, interlacing the hands around that area, and then squeeze the knee over the belly up towards the chest. So the other leg's still active, or if you want, you can bend it and place the sole down. Great. So squeeze, 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 and then allow the knee to come out to the side now. Right hand on right hip, and then gently pull the knee out to the side and kind of up to the rib cage. So the elbow is probably on the ground now. Yeah, good. So just a couple more breaths here, then we're going to go into the circles again. When you're ready, circling that leg. Yeah, nice. I like to keep my left hand on the knee, just to kind of support it a bit, and then change direction. And then come into half happy baby. So hands around the toes, either the toes or the lateral side of the foot. Just hook those fingers round and just soften. See if you can soften the quad down to the outside of the body. The side of it, there, lovely. Softening the rest of the body we don't need. And then bringing that knee back over the belly, squeezing it up to the chest, and then bring the right knee to meet it. So you're going to squeeze the knees and just lift the head and shoulders up towards the knees. So you're curling up into a ball, and you're going to squeeze, squeeze, just allowing the shoulders to soften. And then come into a full body stretch. So really reach through the fingertips, through the toes. Have a little yawn and a stretch. And if you have got a blanket underneath, just remove that now. We're coming into Bandhanasana, so your recline bend. So let's come over to the right this time, first of all, rather. So left ankle over the right, and then just slide the left hand over and just grab it with your other hand. Yeah. So coming into that kind of banana shape. Try and keep the shoulder blades down if you can. And just feel that lovely lateral stretch. And just breathing. I've got my eyes closed at the moment just to really feel what's going on. So what's going on for you? Can you feel it in your hip? Can you feel it in your waist, around your ribs and your arm? And kind of breathe into that sensation and allow the body to soften. Lovely. And then we're going to go over to the other side. Slowly transition over. So right ankle over the left, right arm over the head. And see how it feels on this side. So 5 breaths, resting down. So it's amazing that you can do, if you're feeling tired and you want to do some flexing and extending with your body, then you can do it all lying down. You don't necessarily have to stand up and do a side bend. So you're still getting that lengthening. So back to that full body stretch. And then bring the arms down by the sides again, palms facing up, and we're bending the knees. So the soles of the feet coming up quite close to the glutes there, and we're pelvic curling now. So tilt the pelvis as if it's going up towards your belly, but keeping the back down on the ground. And gently send that tailbone away. And you'll notice that maybe the chin comes down to the chest a bit, and you get a little arch in the lower back. We did that a couple of times. You breathe in, tilt, press the lumbar down, and then exhale nice and slowly, tailbone away, chin to chest. Okay, let's do that one more time. And slowly exhale. Now this time we're coming into the full bridge. So as you take a breath in, you're still going to tilt first and then lift the hips up and the weight's on the shoulders. So keep the head still. Maybe the eyes are gently open now. Lift, 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 and then slowly exhale, bring the butt spine all the way back down to the ground. Exhaling all the way. And when you're ready again, start breathing in and we'll lift the hips up. So you push into your feet. Use your glutes to lift the hips. Imagine squeezing the inner thighs together and relax your jaw. And then slowly float all the way back down until you've landed. Yeah, great. Let's do it one more time. So lifting up. And then slowly, slowly exhaling all the way back down. Great. Okay, let's cross the ankles. We're going to come up to a seat. So hands behind the knees and rock 2 or 3 times until you come to a comfortable seat. Now we're still on the ground. You don't have to stand up just yet, which is really nice. We're going to lift the hands up with the in-breath. Take a breath in. Rooftop, and then exhale down the mid-center line. Allowing the elbows to soften down there, great. 2 more, so inhale. And then exhale. And then 1 more. Begin to feel that little tingling in the hands, like the chi, the energy. Lovely. Now keep the hands together at the heart space. And then we're going to press out. So open the hands out to the front and then press them out to the side, taking a breath in, as if you're pushing the walls away. And then exhale, bring it back in, palms come together. Yeah. So a few times. So inhale the hands out. Let the elbows soften down towards the ground. So push those walls like a superhero. And then come back, palms together. Nice and slow. And just see if you can feel the air in between the hands. So as you inhale, you take the hands out. Can you feel that you're kind of pressing through the air? And as you bring it back in, you're kind of squashing it in like an accordion all the way down. And of course, the shoulders and the face nice and soft. Let's do it again. So inhale out. And exhale in. That's great. Okay. So coming into a side bend, seated. So arm above the head, take a breath in, and then exhale, lean. And we've already done a little side bend, so you should feel slightly open. We're going to look down and allow that arm to windmill back, circling. Yeah, so inhale up, exhale, bend, softening, and then turn the gaze down, the shoulder comes forward, and then circle the arm back. Yeah, that's it. A couple more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, I mean, it's just really nice to take long, gentle breaths as well, because during the day, you know, any information that comes through, emails, phone calls, whatever, we forget to breathe naturally. And we start taking shorter breaths, which is not great for the parasympathetic nervous system. Yeah, lovely. Okay, take a little twist and lifting up. And we're twisting from the thoracic. Yeah, lovely, really nice. Yeah, taking it easy, remembering to sort of soften on the exhale. You never know, you might get a little bit more of a rotation in that mid-spine. And then over to the other side. Softening, maybe pull the belly in a little bit, tighten the bandas up and see if you can get a little bit more rotation in that thoracic spine. Okay, face the front. We're going to hand slide or walk forward. We're coming into a forward fold and just allow the head to nod down. So you'll feel this with the legs crossed. You feel the compression in the hips and round the glutes, lower back. And then bring the body back up and we're going to cross the legs the other way and do that again. So forward fold, gently come down. And instead of bringing the body up, let's just come into all fours. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and we come straight into your cow pose. So let's see if we can lift that tailbone up and then slowly round the spine, exhaling into your cat. Let's do that again. So inhaling into your cow and then exhaling all the way empty, chin to chest. And let's do it again. And then exhaling. Okay, we're tucking in the toes. We're going to lift into downward facing dog. So the arms and the back are nice and straight. And the legs are moving. So we're bending one leg and then the other. We're coming up onto the toes with one foot while the heel goes towards the ground and then changing over. Yeah. You can sort of breathe in and then through the mouth go exhale. We're going to walk the feet towards the hands now, coming into Uttanasana and forward fold. So keep the legs nice and bent and allow the weight of your head to go down towards the ground. So we really want to see if we can rest in this position. Maybe you want to play around with your legs, just give them a little straighten every now and again, a little bounce. But you really want to focus on letting go of the head. And so you might want movement, you might want stillness, up to you. But you could lift your feet up and slide your hands underneath, so you're standing on the palms of your hands. That's quite nice, actually, opening up the bones and the muscular system in the hands. And just get a couple more breaths here. And if your hands are under your feet, slide them out gently. And then come to a halfway lift. So inhale, fingertips are just resting on the shins. We're looking down, we've got quite like a flat back. And then exhale, soften down, a little bend in the knees. We do that 2 more times. So inhale, halfway lift. And then slowly back to your ragdoll. And that's 1 more time. So inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. And we're going to curl up really slowly. So press the floor away with your feet, arms are dangling. And just gently, gently stacking the vertebrae one by one, until you come up to standing. So arms down by the side, allow the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Let's close our eyes and shine our hands forward. So when we do turn the palms forward, try not to tense up the shoulders. So just reversing our inversion by standing here, waiting for the body to normalize. And keeping the eyes closed, take the weight into your toes and notice what the body does to stand upright. So leaning forward as if you're leaning into a big strong wind. And then back to the center. Noticing how the weight spreads through the whole soles of the feet and then come over to one side. And what does your body need to do to make it lean to one side? And back to the center and then over to the other side. So really switching on the nervous system, these very gentle moves. Resetting and calming the body. Then back to the center. Now lean into the heels. This is always a strange one when you're going to fall over. And you'll notice the hands come forward a bit to counterbalance. And then back to the center. Now turn the palms the other way now. And let's lift the hands up, taking a breath in, calming the storm, lifting them up to that shoulder height. And then slowly exhaling, hands back down, slow and soft with the breath. Let's do that a few more times. So inhale. So we've got great focus going on here. Either your eyes are slightly open, soft gaze, or maybe they're closed. Exhale, hands down, yeah. Let's carry on with this a little bit. So inhale. And exhale. Yeah, really nice, lovely. So the feet are underneath the hips. Let's do a few more. Really calming us down. Got a very slight bend in the knees, soft. So in Tai Chi, everything's soft, but you're one piece. So you move from your core, from your dantian. So even though your arms are singled out here and they're raising up and down, you're almost using your core to raise the arms up, if that makes sense. And then exhale down. Yeah, it's so peaceful and lovely, isn't it? Okay, let's take the arms out to the side. Lift up, big stretch. Maybe take the gaze up. And let's forward fold all the way down. But we're taking it easy, nice and slow, all the way. Let's take an inhale and a halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips down and step the right foot back, come into low lunge. So inhale, keeping the toes tucked at the back, hands come up. And then exhale, hands come down. We're just going to slide into your plank position. Taking it easy. If you want to place the knees down, do. But you really want to make the body strong here. So you're pulling at the core a little bit, sending the energy through the heels really does help. And really root the hands down. Okay, pushing into downward facing dog. Exhaling as you do. Let's raise the right foot into the air and step it in between the hands. And then bring the back foot to meet it into our forward fold again. Lovely. Inhale, raise up, hands out to the side, hands above the head, palms together, and let's rest the hands at the heart space. Take a breath here. And we do that again. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot goes back. Let's plant that back knee down as we lift into low lunge. Maybe the eyes go up, slight back bend. And then exhale, frame the front foot. And we're sliding into a plank position again. Yeah, great. Just taking a few breaths here. So see if you can evenly spread the fingers, looking down at them. Nice and strong. No saggy hips here. The gaze is looking down. And then when you're ready, after your in-breath, push back into your down dog, exhaling all the way. Inhale the left foot up behind you and step it forward in between the hands and then make your way to forward fold. Lifting up nice and slow. Hands out to the side, palms together, exhale, hands to the heart. We're just going to take a breath here, softening the shoulders and the face, maybe close the eyes. Okay, again, so inhale, hands up. And then exhale, forward fold. Let's do a halfway lift. Exhale, right foot goes back. Go back into your low lunge. All right, so hands come above the head. Inhale. We're going to interlace the fingers, point the fingers up, and then come into a slight back bend. So what you want to do is take the gaze up, and you can really feel the hip flexor on that right leg opening. And slowly bring your fingertips down. We're coming into pyramid. So lift the leg, step that foot forward a little bit and see if you can straighten both legs. So in that kind of triangle pyramid with the legs, allowing the body just to gently fold over that front leg. So it might not actually be straight. The back foot slightly turned out, so the toes are going out to a slight degree. And we're listening to the hamstring on the front leg. Coming into standing splits, okay, you can do this. So walk the fingertips forward a little bit and pick that back foot up into the air and send your gaze towards your knee. Lovely. Just breathing here again in a balancing inversion, really good. The mind, creating relaxation. And then bring that back foot down again, tucking the toes, sliding into plank position. So nice and strong, with the knees down if you wish, or stay in plank. Taking it easy. Take a breath in, and then slowly exhale into your down dog. Right foot in the air, take a breath in, step it forward and make your way to forward fold. Great. Take your time. Inhale, lift up, nice and slow. Hands above the head. And then just rest them at your heart. Take a breath. And we do that on the other side. So lift up with the hand, take a breath in. Forward fold all the way down. Let's take a halfway lift. Inhaling. Exhaling, the left foot goes down into low lunge and we lift up. So we're coming here for a few breaths, interlacing the fingers, point those fingers up to the sky, look up to your hands, lifting out the waist to a slight mini back bend. Nice strong pose here, low lunge. Lovely. Come down, fingertips framing the front foot. Straighten that back leg, bring it in a little bit, coming into your forward fold over your pyramid here. So be mindful of your hamstrings, they're never identical. So if you've got one that's tighter than the other, gently little bounces perhaps, or maybe stillness. Take the breath into the hamstring. Softening the head, the elbows. And it doesn't matter if you have a bend in your leg. You know, it's they call it pyramid because it's two straight diagonal lines either side going to the base, but our hamstrings might not be ready and they may never be ready. It really just depends on your composition. Okay, let's walk the hands forward, coming into your standing splits. Either palms down or fingertips up to you. Sending the gaze and the forehead towards the knee as we pick that back foot up behind us. Taking it easy. And we're breathing. Probably wobbling a little bit, that's fine. Slowly take that back foot down and we're sliding into our plank position. Just a few breaths here. You can always take the knees down. And after your next in breath, we're pressing back into downward facing dog. Exhaling all the way. And then inhaling the left foot up into the air, stepping it forward. Make your way to ragdoll, forward fold. And then lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up, hands together, and then palms to your heart space. Take a few breaths. Just notice how you feel. Check in with the body again. Can we soften the shoulders? Yeah, really nice. Just so nice to feel that centering, isn't it? Feel centered and calm. So let's raise the hand back up over the head. Exhale into your forward fold all the way. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, step back into your plank. Okay, so stand there for a moment and then bring the knees down, keeping them wide, untuck the toes. And we're going to rest in child pose. So bring the forehead down. Arms can be passive or active, it's up to you. I'm going to rest my forearms down. Just going to play around with my belly a little bit. Is there any way I can kind of support my lower back as I send the tailbone towards my toes? I'm just going to rest here. And if you want, you can just glide your forehead left and right. Get a nice massage across the forehead. So it's just nice to come back down to the earth. Okay, so we'll take a breath in and bring the body up into tabletop. Keep going into modified cobra. So the hips come down, we take the gaze up and forward, and then slowly exhale all the way back to the child pose. Yeah, nice. Let's do that a few times. Just nice to flow through tabletop, modified cobra. So you want these elbows close to the body with a slight bend. And then slowly, slowly back to your child pose. Yeah, good job. Let's carry on. So keep going. So really getting the arms strong here. Stretching the front line of the body and then relaxing back into child pose. Yeah, nice. Let's keep going. Inhaling. Cobra. Exhaling, child pose. Okay, one more. Take a breath in. Breathing all the way. Hips go towards the ground. Look up, and then slowly back to your child pose. Let's keep the knees together this time and slide the hands either side of your feet. So, Balasana, quite traditional pose with the hands resting by the side of your feet. Yeah, nice. Taking the breath into the back body as well, because you'll notice the compression, the belly and the quads restricting your in-breath. So take it out to the side ribs and the back. Yeah, nice. Really nice and calm, really lovely. And when you're ready to move, slide the hands underneath the shoulders, bring the body up a little bit. And we're coming into pigeon. So just walk the hands forward and bring the right knee behind that right hand and extend that left leg behind you. We're going to stay up to start with on our fingertips. So you're getting this nice back bend as well. Yeah, really nice. So you don't have to crank the old foot in line with the front knee because that will damage it. I just have mine where it naturally falls, which is in front of the other hip. So, but we're looking up, we're shining our heart space forward and open, keeping the chin nice and level. Really noticing how we're feeling, and then bring the palms down first, and then maybe the body. So coming down onto the elbows, maybe just nod the head to start with. Or you can always place your chin in your hands. I quite like that because you can really rest in and notice what's going on with your right hip flexor. If it gets uncomfortable, come out of the pose and make your way to deer, or go back to child pose, or just lie down in Shavasana. So softening the shoulders, breathing into that front hip flexor. Taking your time. Noticing the breath, how it's coming and going. And really breathing into that hip socket. Let go of the neck if you can. Nearly there. Keep going, keep going. You've got this. Okay, so bring the body up, palms down, and then tuck the back toes, wriggle that knee forward a little bit. We're going to lift into three-legged dog. So lift up, right foot up, and then bring that foot down. Knees together, ankles together. Let's rest in child pose. Arms next to your body, your legs, and the hands next to your feet. So another 2 breaths here, then we'll do pigeon on the other side. Yeah, nice. Great. So pigeon on the other side then. Left knee forward, other leg behind, and we want our fingertips. You're feeling it down the mid front line. So across the belly, opening the chest, softening the shoulders. The gaze just is in front of you. Nice focus here. And then when you're ready, begin to soften down into where you were on the other side. We've got about 7 breaths here. Maybe a bit more, just slowly breathing. And noticing all the sensations in your body. And again, if it gets a little bit too much, then come out. Find a position that you feel you're comfortable in to rest. Just chill out here. Softening the face muscles again. Taking our time. Yeah, great, good job. Okay, back up onto the palms of the hands. Tucking the back toe, press into the hands and then lift up into three-legged dog. So really lift that left foot up, slowly bring it down, feet together, knees come down, and we're resting in child pose just for a couple of breaths. Okay, come up to seated, so bring your body up. So we're sitting on our heels now. And then we're just going to rise up onto our knees. As you take a breath in, you lift up, lift the hands up over the head. And then slowly back down, sit back down. So you're using the quad muscles here. Yeah, lovely. Hands up, great. So inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Okay, great. A few more. Slowly inhaling, lifting to a knee stand. And then exhaling back down, slow, slow, slow. Try not to rush that down. So you're really using the quads as we slowly sit. So let's do that a couple more times. So really slowly come up to your knee stand. Right, now slow, exhale. Forward belly in. Slowly come down, use your quads. Nobody's talking to you. And come down. Yeah, brilliant. Well done. Okay, so let's swing the legs forward. Coming into Dandasana, your staff pose. So the legs are nice and long, not always straight, depending on your hamstring. And we're activating the feet so the toes are pointing up to the sky. So let's just practice this one. So we've got the hands either side of the body. Then they're going down into the ground. They're not too forward, not too back. Try and have them in line with the hips. Excuse me. And then lift up through the spine. Maybe close your eyes. Yeah, take your time. You'll notice, you're like, oh, this is easy to start with. Sometimes some of this is not easy for, but you start like this, and then you'll notice as you focus that your legs start becoming quite fidgety because the muscles are switched on and we're keeping stillness. So you'll notice them. When I say fidgety, you'll notice them work. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just breathing naturally in and out through the nose. And we're just going to bring the body forward. So take the hands towards the feet or just either side of the legs, and then just round the spine forward, nodding the head down. We're coming to reverse plank. So lift the body up, place the hands behind you, fingers pointing towards your feet, and gently bring the hips up. Up, 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 using the arm strength, and then bring back down, and then passively fold over the legs again, activate the feet, maybe a rock side to side, just to get the sit bones clear. And I've got a couple more of those, so lean back into the hands, lift up, inhaling, inhaling, and then exhaling down, and then fold forward. Yeah, okay, let's do that one more time. Lean back into the hands, lifting up with the in-breath, and then slowly returning, forward fold. Great, okay. Let's keep the legs wide now into a nice straddle position. They're really like yank them open, just so you can just feel the adductors switch on, and then hand walk forward, fold down. Softly, softly now. Don't overstretch the inner thighs. They're really uncomfortable if you overstretch them. Just bring the body down slowly. If you want, you can have your hands on your legs if you like, and then bring the body down a little bit more. It's up to you. Some people like to grab the big toe with the peace fingers and bring the body down into a nice comfortable position. I like to kind of come forward a bit really, let the elbows rest down and soften. Okay, bringing the body up, Palms come down. We're coming into reverse tabletop now. So palms come down, soles come down. We're just going to lift up. So this is a little bit easier than the reverse plank. Come back down. Lovely. And then lift up again. Exhale down. And just one more, just to really kind of loosen anything up that needs releasing. And then back down. We're going to curl down onto our backs. And roll down and bring the right knee up. We're going to squeeze that over the belly again and extend that other leg long. So wind removing posture. Allowing the shoulders just to relax down. Maybe close your eyes. We're coming to the end of class now. And squeeze that a little bit more if you can. And then roll over into your spine twist. Trying to keep both shoulders down. Softening here. And going over to the other side, so slowly unwind. Left knee up to the chest, squeeze it over the stomach region there. Right leg goes long. We're going to squeeze it in. So squeeze, 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 relaxing the face, the jaw. Allowing the elbows just to come down towards the body so they're not sticking out. One more squeeze. And then roll into your spine twist. A few breaths here. And then we've got Happy Baby and then Shavasana. Okay, so slowly unwind. And bringing the knees up to the chest and then walk your hands down to either your ankles or hook around the outside of the feet or come into Happy Baby. So you can either have stillness or a bit of movement's quite nice if you want to rock side to side, yeah. So notice when we did it at the beginning of the class, single leg, half Happy Baby, and how they feel now. So it should feel a little looser. The tension has disappeared through the hips. Lovely. Keeping the tailbone down, head and shoulders connected down. Okay, so slowly come down into Shavasana. We might do a full body stretch first. And then rest down. Arms either side of the body, palms facing up. We prepare for Shavasana. I'm just going to turn the light off. So you can see it's quite calming. Yeah, lovely. So you can feel the ground beneath you is supporting you. You come into stillness, allow your body to be still. Again, to reset after the gentle moves that we've done this evening. Just bring your attention to the third eye just for a moment. Around the forehead, softening around the eyelids, the eye sockets, all of the face muscles, the jaw, Just allow those to just let go and soften. Along with the whole body, the arms, the legs, including feet and hands. Just let them rest. I'm going to leave you in peace for 3 minutes, where we can just connect in with our breath and relax. And just watching our breath. Very calm mind. Relaxed body, relaxed mind. Feeling really connected. Really aware. You're more than welcome to stay here in Shavasana. Once I bring the class to a close, I want to introduce small movements first. Maybe full body stretch, maybe knees to chest, do whatever you feel you need, and then come over to one side, just take a moment, and then to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed. And let's exercise our voice, or end with the chanting of Om. So we've done the movement in the body, connected with the mind. So let's do that last bit with the vocal cords. So when you're ready, just take a breath in. You always finish with our palms together and lift them up to the third eye, a gentle bow. Thank you so much for joining me. An absolute pleasure. Take care. Namaste.